All right, so today's show is about planning the perfect party. And sometimes it seems to be a party at the very last minute. You know what I'm talking about? People will stop by, or Bob will call me from work and say, hey, do you mind if I bring some guys by or some people by quick after work? So I always try and have a few things on hand to make throwing a last-minute party together pretty easy. And one of my kind of rock star things are these little mini phyllo shell cups, because you can do so many different things with them. And you can just keep them in your pantry. You know, I have mine in my pantry for, I pick up a few boxes and they can sit in your pantry for 6 months or more. So let me tell you, they're really great to have on hand to throw a last minute dessert together. You can throw a little cherry pie filling in them, maybe a few nuts on top. You can make quick and easy tiramisu in here with just some mascarpone cheese, a little bit of Kahlua, a little bit of whipped cream on top. So there's a zillion things that you can do. Throw some chicken salad in here, some shrimp salad, and makes a great hors d'oeuvre. We're going to do little mini quiches. And these are so cute. They make a great hors d'oeuvre for your party. If you're having a pre-wedding party, they're just really nice. And they taste way better than the pre-made kind that you get in the freezer section of the grocery store. So these are these little phyllo cups. They couldn't be cuter. Aren't they cute? I've just done a million different things with them. So I'm going to get a cookie sheet out, and I'm going to line them up, and we're going to fill them with a wonderful spinach, bacon, and Swiss quiche mixture. They just look so pretty. They'd be perfect for a book club, ladies, a little get-together. Okay, so there they are, all lined up, and I'm going to get to my filling for this quiche. So a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of fresh garlic. We're going to saute up some fresh spinach real quick. And I don't use any fancy tools. I just use a knife to chop up my garlic. And then there's a 30-second rule when it comes to using fresh garlic. I get it in there with the oil, move it around for 30 seconds, just until you can start to smell it, or even less, and we're done. And now I've got a cup of just fresh spinach in here. And I know it looks like a ton, but it's one of those things that really kind of shrinks away, disappears on you. I'm just going to saute that salt and pepper a little bit. Turn down the heat because we're just about done with this baby spinach. It's just going to wilt up on you real quick. You can start out with one of those big bags of spinach, and all of a sudden when you cook it, it just kind of disappears. So that's that. Perfect. Sauteed spinach, a little bit of garlic in there, are going to give it some great flavor. One of my favorite quiches happens to be spinach, bacon, and Swiss, so I thought this would be great. But you can do all sorts of different little quiches in these little pastry shells. It's just up to you. In fact, you could do several different ones. Make lots, because these get, popped into your mouth and eaten very, very quickly. All right, now, for the quiche custard. Now, I think this is really key to, even if you're making a big quiche, is to use heavy cream. It's a party. We'll start the diet tomorrow or another day. I have to tell you, the best quiche I've ever had was at a place, or is at a place in Chicago. It's called Bistro 110, and it's right off of Michigan Avenue. If you ever have the chance to go there for lunch or brunch or even dinner, do. It is spectacular. It's a French restaurant, and they do just the most wonderful quiche. And I asked, what makes their quiche so good? And, of course, they wouldn't give me the recipe, but they told me it's a lot of heavy cream. Some quiche, if you've ever had quiche before, sometimes it can just be dry and rubbery. Basically it's eggs, and just like scrambled eggs dry out and get kind of dry and rubbery, same can go for quiche. Well, the deal with a really good quiche is there's a lot of heavy cream in there, almost more cream than milk, or very close, than eggs, and that makes it very custardy and creamy. And so that's what makes the quiche at Bistro 110 so good, and it's going to make your quiche at home so good. So if you notice my quiche recipes, they've got a lot of heavy cream and not a ton of eggs. So this recipe, we're going to use 2 eggs. And I'm just going to mix those together. And I've got about, let's see, a quarter of a cup of heavy cream. And that really is key. Okay. So that's our quiche batter. I mean, that's easy. Easy, easy, easy. I mean, this is a real quick last-minute fix. So I'm going to place a little bit of my wilted spinach in each one of these little cups. And the best way to do that is kind of use your fingers to get in there and do that. A little bit of quiche in here, or spinach, I should say. It's going to be very pretty and very springy. Tried on swimsuits for the first time this week. What was I thinking? I talked about that on Facebook. Wow. It's been a long winter. I was very, very white. So I ended up buying two of the exact same suit in two different colors. I just said, you know what, this fits, looks okay, we'll go with that one. We'll get it in purple and in black, and call it a day. But it's tough to try on swimsuits this time of year. But you have to. First of all, those good swimsuits disappear pretty early, and then if you're going on vacation, got to get a swimsuit, right? Okay, so got my spinach in here in the little phyllo cups. And now I'm going to do a little bit of bacon. And again, this is a, quick cook. So I've just got some, if you want a real time saver, you can get just the bacon, the real bacon bits in a bag. You can find those in the croutons and salad dressings in that section of your grocery store. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of these real bacon bits on top. So you can see how quick these come together. And I think I'm going to use a little, if I can find it, one of our little ice cream scoopers. These are actually portion control scoops, and I have fallen in love with these. They look like ice cream scoops, and they come in all different sizes. And they're basically, when you're doing cookies or cupcakes, you can really control the amount, but they're going to work nice to get this quiche batter in here too. And don't overfill them. Also, you don't want to put this egg mixture in here until right before you're baking these, because they will sog out your crust, so you don't want that. You want to get these right into the oven once the egg mixture goes in. You can pre-bake these, okay? Quiche are great at room temperature. That's why they're so great for a party food, so that you don't have to serve these warm right out of the oven. Although that's how I like them best. But you know what? I'm all about, for a party, I think that's what makes a party perfect, is putting a game plan together ahead and getting done as much ahead of time as you can. Because nobody likes, well, I certainly don't like a party that I'm in the kitchen the whole time and everybody else is having a great time and I'm working. I'm in the kitchen. So I've really found that I love to entertain, but there's definitely a strategy to make it party perfect, and that the biggest strategy is make sure that you have fun too. So get as much done ahead as you can. So certainly if I were having these and having people over, I'd have them all baked off and ready to go. Okay. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to throw in on top some shredded Swiss, or you could do Gruyere cheese. And these get baked in a 350-degree oven just until those eggs set up. Don't overbake your quiches. You don't want those little tart shells to get too brown, and you don't want that egg to get rubbery. So that's the other thing about, keeping it custardy. So anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. And let me just show you how pretty they are when they come out of the oven. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then think about white space. White space is so important, and pretty platters when it comes to serving a party. So don't overcrowd your platters. You can always refill them. So just kind of We've got some fresh fruit that we're garnishing with these. Kind of put them around on a pretty white platter. And there you go. And you can just keep refilling it as people gobble these up. So it's my mini bacon, spinach, and quiche recipe. You can find it on our website. You can also pick it up at any Festival Foods.